I made a video concerning this guy, Casey Losre. I kind of trying to make people understand that once he's charged to court and he's found guilty of what he has been accused of, that is the Casey Losre, the guy where NDLA banned because of cocoa business when they do. Yes, we all know the story. It's all over in the internet. So I made a video a few days ago and I was trying to make people understand that it is not going to end in arrest. It is never going to end in arrest. He's going to be charged to court. And depending how connected he is, because one thing I know about these people that are into this cocoa business, they are well connected. Like, they are well connected. But at the end of the day, if they start tracing this thing, it's going to affect many top wealthy men in this country. Like, not just wealthy men, popular men in this country. You understand? Because he's not just the only person in the business, you understand? But the bottom line is that he's going to be charged to court, and all his property, all the property that he has is going to be forfeited to federal government. That was a statement. That was a key statement that I made in that video. So people came under this comment section precisely on TikTok and I was saying, his properties are not under his name. It is this and that. He cannot forfeit all the property. There was some of the property not under his name. There is one thing you don't understand. One thing I know for sure is that one of the charges that is going to be prosecuted with we border around money laundering. Money laundering is going to be one of the charges. You understand? Another money laundering is what they call what? Beneficial owner. It's what they call beneficial owner. What that means is that this is an instance where someone, a kind of disguised not to be the owner of the property, but meanwhile, in the actual sense, such person is the owner of the property. That property might be in someone's name, but the real owner of the property is another person. That is what is called beneficial owner. You're looking at the property, it will be reading this person's name, but in the actual sense, the property actually belongs to another person. That person that the property rightfully belongs to is what is known as what? Beneficial owner. That's what we want as beneficial owner. So by the time they get to that stage in the court, where money laundering charge will be read to him, all property, whether it is in his name or not, all of them will be unraveled. All will be unraveled. Then Nigeria have the system. We have the system to track it and to make sure that every property that is linked to him is unraveled. Whether it is on his name or not, they will be discovered and they will be brought to limelight. But of course, you know, Nigeria is a country that is so corrupt. Our country is so corrupt, you understand? Some of this, to be honest with you, because there's no way the NGLA will say that they don't know that this guy has been doing this. But I just believe that what happened a few days ago, that it now came to limelight, is a kind of disagreement between some cartel. It's just a disagreement between some cartel, which if we check very well, NDLA might not completely be innocent. They might not completely be innocent. So it's just a disagreement that leads to this. You understand? As for, you don't know if this has been going on, my brother, Nigeria will leave him. We have the technology. See, the system. Nigeria is not that stagnant when it comes to technology. We are not stagnant. We are dynamic. You understand? And we have the technology. We have the system to keep this country pure. We have the system to keep this country pure, free of crime. But you know what? Corruption, due to some personal interest, conflict of interest, you understand? That is why we are still where we are today. You understand? So the bottom line is this: whether the property is on his name or not on his name, it's going to be traced. And that is what is known as what? Beneficial owner under AML, anti-money laundering. It's what they call beneficial owner. You understand? Because it is one of the ways they use to launder money. Buy properties and then transfer it to another person's name. They buy properties in someone else's name. Meanwhile, the property rightfully belongs to them. That is why under AML Act, we have what they call beneficial owner, which gives the law enforcement agency to track and trace every property to the rightful owner, even if that property is not in the name of the person that is being tried. You understand? So with that, forget about it. There's none of his property that will not be unraveled, that will not come to notice of the law enforcement agency. All his property will come to notice of the law enforcement agency. But the question is, will there be accountability? Won't there be compromise? Won't the law enforcement agency be compromised? Won't they want to collect some sort of money to cover up some of his properties so that it doesn't come to limelight? I've seen it happen. And what I mean, I've seen it happen. One of the biggest law enforcement agency is complicit in what I'm saying now. If you doubt it, you might want to find out from EFCC. You might want to find out from EFCC. You see, this thing I just said now is very common in EFCC. You understand? Not every property that is discovered that the law enforcement agency explain to the court or bring out to the knowledge of everybody. I'm not going to say more than this, but the truth of the matter is that there is no property that is owned by KC Lozre that the law enforcement agency will not trace, whether in his name or not in his name. That beneficial owner under AML Act already give them the power to fish out such property and then have it forfeited to the government as what? Proceed of crime.